You came into my life on the second season of this show. We've been together for 17 years.
And a half.
And, and a half.
Yeah.
So with this show ending, you know, it's actually, you know, a big thing for both of us, because you've watched me go through everything with this show. But I learned today, which I didn't know, there's a story of watching me the first show on the first season.
Yeah, so, you know, I was an actress and I was closeted. And Ellen was kind of like the litmus test for young actors in Hollywood, because we just, you know, her success meant so much to us. It kind of meant, can I be authentic and honest and still be able to pay the rent, you know? So I remember watching the first episode of this show, standing the entire time. And I remember, I was alone, I remember saying out loud to the TV, she did it. And yeah, because, I mean, you could just feel the magic. Oh my gosh, I'm emotional already. That's terrible. No, but you can feel the magic in the show, and I just knew that it was going to be around for as long as you wanted it to be.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that that's how you watched the show. I didn't know you didn't have furniture then, but but I mean, I think what's amazing too is that since we've been together, I mean, many things have changed. I mean, you came out basically by just being with me. That was your outing, like just being with me. Outed you as an actress, but your story about telling your grandmother that you were with me is a beautiful story that I would love you to share with them.
Yeah, well, my grandma meant everything to me. We were actually born on the same day, and she was so special to me. And she was a huge fan of Ellen. She loved the sitcom.
In Australia.
In Australia, yeah. Loved her sitcom, wouldn't miss an episode until the episode where she came out. Now, I know I'm gay at this point, and I love my gran. And the minute that Ellen came out, she refused to watch the show. In fact, if a commercial for her show came on, she would change the channel and say, "That disgusting woman." So that didn't bode well for me. And then I moved to LA and I started my own career. And of course, I got together with Ellen. And I came home to see my family in Australia. And I sat by Gran's chair at her feet. And she said to me, "Are you seeing anyone special?" Now, at this point, my mom was supposed to have told Gran that I was with Ellen. And she knew that we lived together. And I said, "Gran, I'm with Ellen." And she said, "Alan? Who's Alan?" She's Australian.
Tell everybody how old she is at this point.
She's 99 at this point. And I said, "Yeah, I mean, you knew that I lived with Ellen." And she said, "Yes, and all this time I was worried that lesbian was hitting on my granddaughter." Right? So then she literally puts her head in her hands for 20 seconds or 30 seconds, silent. And I thought, that's it. I've killed my grandma. She's just going to literally fall out. I really thought that I did. And she just looked at me and she goes, "Well, I love you just the same." And
that was a beautiful thing for someone at that age to have such strong feelings and then just say, well, if she just thought about it, I love you just the same.
Yep.
Her mother, Maggie, had been taking care of her, but it got to the point where she couldn't take care of her anymore, so we put her in the best home care that we could provide for her. And she died at 101? 103? Really? She was 103?
Yeah.
She died at 103 with our wedding picture next to her bed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.